Alright, hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're here with another video, and today's video is going to be on the new update, not necessarily covering the entire update, but it has to do with the new update that came out today, which is the Make All update. The Make All update that was updated into RuneScape today looks as so. It is so enjoyable and such a nice display that it is very handy, and it definitely makes it a little bit easier. Basically, you have one of these pre-selected 1, 5, X, or all, and then you can just click whatever one. So all I have to do is press make, and it would start making them. So it's really easy. There are also keybinds to them if you guys haven't seen those down there. As you can see, the number 3. Personally, I think this is probably more just to make it compatible with iPhones, obviously, and stuff like that, because as you guys can see, it's just pretty simple to be able to maneuver overall. But with that said, obviously, this is going to make the game a little bit easier, and being able to just have keybinds for these is so nice. But what this does allow us is it kind of unlocks a method that really a lot of average players can do now. It was one that kind of was a really click intensive and just not worth it to the average player, but now basically there is a non-AFK cooking method which comes in the form of Karambwans. So as you guys can see, and it is, very expected, Karambwans went up a ton, and you probably don't even make much money off of them at their current prices because of this update. As you guys can see, the lowest we can actually buy it for is 730 coins, and the cooked version itself actually is only 700 coins. So obviously it looks as if you're going to be losing a little bit of money on this, but the overall XP per hour is definitely up there. So I'm going to go ahead, buy ourselves probably about 1,000, and I'm going to go ahead and test and see what I can get as far as XP per hour. So before we get into it, I would like to mention that Karambwans obviously do have some requirements. As far as cooking, it only requires 30. However, your percentage chance to burn, I believe, is around the same as your level. So say if you have 80 cooking, you'll burn about 20% of whatever you end up cooking. And so basically you want to really decide how you want to do this, depending on how much you're going to burn these and how much you're willing to lose. Now, obviously, on top of that, there is another requirement that is in the form of Tyboy One Eye Trio, and you also have to talk to Tiadesh after the quest to be able to unlock the actual act of cooking itself. If you have the only option is to poison, make sure that you talk to the guy right in that hut. You're going to want to talk to him. But with that said, let's go ahead and get on into it. And here it is. This is why it is so good. The keybind of having just 2 allows you just to hold it down, and then if you're zoomed in like this, it is absolutely ridiculous. So this is the rates that you guys can see. If you guys are wondering what client I'm using Conduit because it just allows you to zoom in this much. OS Buddy might with the Pro version, I'm not entirely sure. But as you guys can see, this is pretty much flawless one-ticking, I would imagine. But yeah, pretty easy stuff. It's not hard to do. You can do it. It's so easy. I tried doing this before the interface was changed, and it was quite hard to do. I was finding myself being pretty poor at it, but now it is more than ever easy. So I'm going to go ahead, test and see how much you can expect to get per hour as far as XP is concerned, because this is going to be insane. All right, so I've been averaging around 550 to 600k per hour is what it looks like. Now, I know you can get higher than that if you have perfect clicks. You can get upwards of 700, close to 800, I think, K per hour, which is absolutely insane. But if you just have your screen set up like this, it's quite easy. One thing I do want to say real quick is that I was cooking them quite slow. I think 2 ticks per one was what I was doing earlier. But basically, if you just hold down 2 and spam click, just click as fast as you can between these 2, as you guys can see. The XP drops just start to rain in, and yeah, it's just an insane way to cook, and obviously it's click intensive, and cooking isn't meant to be that. So, well, I guess it hasn't been that up till this point, so, I mean, things can change, but it's just typically not something you'd see as being so click intensive, but it is something that is so fast that I don't know how you don't do it. Like, it makes cooking almost need to be non-AFK for me, and I hate it. Alright, and there we go. After a little bit of testing, I was able to gain around 560, 570k cooking per hour, which is definitely really nice. Obviously, as I said before, you can get upwards of that if you have better clicks than I do, which I'm sure some of you do. Overall, basically, the amount of loss on each Karambwan seems to be about 100 GP, but that is going to vary on your cooking level. Personally, this account has 99 cooking, so you don't burn any. However, if you burn a little bit more, it could be more worth it for you. Now, with that said, I cook a little over 3,000 per hour, so I guess you could say I'm operating at a cost of about 300k per hour, but to get 600k cooking XP in that hour is definitely worth the 300k, I would say. Overall, this is looking like a great alternative to wines, because wines have gotten a little bit more and more expensive as grapes have gone up in price since the Zulrah nerf. So I would say definitely look into this if you are a decently high level and want to go ahead and try it. Now, keep in mind that if you are lower level, you'll be burning a lot of Karambwans, which will definitely cut into your profit and XP per hour, so take that into account. But with that said, I'm absolutely hyped for this method. I'm so excited that we finally got this interface in the game. I feel like it is just so helpful and so beneficial to any type of skilling you do. I feel like it's just so nice to be able to bank stand and not have to worry about the actual clicks. I just have to press one button. It's going to be so nice for the Iron Man, and I'm so happy for it. And I'm, you know, it's probably one of my favorite updates to this point, because I just hate the make all interface before this. So absolutely insane stuff, and obviously more methods like this may come out in the future now that we have easier ways to go ahead and have actions within the game. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. If there's anything you want to tell me, comment that down below. If you guys want to see my videos as soon as I go live in the future, make sure to subscribe. But with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and